Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, today's video is doing the latte makeup trend that's going around. Admittedly, I've only seen 2 videos plus the beginning of another, which I'll tell you about as we're doing the makeups. So, I figured I had 2 options. I could be snarky and gross, which doesn't really work for me, or I could be my regular self and do what I would normally do. So I opted for being myself. So we're gonna play makeups, have a little chat, and hopefully I can make this work. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you could do that now. I upload a bunch of videos every week, and if you click on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new one. Then you can choose to watch it or not. Either way, it's totally fine. No pressure from me. I appreciate you being here. All right, let's just get into it. I feel like we should start with finishing up the face. Obviously, I have my foundation and concealer and powder on. My foundation is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Powder Balm thingy in 3. My concealer is the Wet n Wild Incognito, and this is in the shade Light Beige. It's the same things I always use because that's how I roll. And my powder is the NJC Velvet Finishing Powder, which I think it might be the best powder ever. I know most of the time I say they're mostly created equal. I think this one could be the exception. I washed all of my makeup brushes yesterday, so everything's clean. All right, I'm going in with bronzer. I'm not gonna tell you what products I'm using. And I decided this last night when I was thinking about what I wanted to film today. Oh my God. Hold please. I dropped my brush, I'm back. So I decided that I wasn't going to talk about what products I'm using because it's not about the products. It's just about doing the makeups in a certain way. Now, to the point of I could either be snarky and gross or my regular self about this. This is not new makeup. This is something most of us who have been around the sun a few times have done for years. In fact, I feel like probably most of us started out doing this kind of makeup. It's very wearable, it's very neutral, it's very pretty. And here's where the lack of snark comes in. The people who are making this viral are the kids, like the new kids that are growing up and learning all the things and, you know, figuring out makeup styles, which is just a tiny piece of what they're figuring out because they're figuring out all the things, you know, how to be grown-ups and how to do all the things. And this is just like a light piece of that, which I think is great. So instead of snarking or being any kind of like yucky about it, I think it's pretty cool that, you know, the things that we did 15, 20 years ago is being done again, which means, you know, younger people are coming up and figuring things out the same way we did. Hopefully things are a little easier on them considering they do have the YouTubes and I would say TikTok, but we all know that's a big fat lie, to help them along the way. And I think it's really very cool. So that's why I decided not to be snarky about this. It's exciting to learn something new. And just because it's new to you and not to somebody else doesn't mean that it's not new. You know what I mean? I learn new things all the time that are not actually new things, just new to me. And I think that that is the way it's supposed to be. Also, I want to mention, when I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do this video and what I wanted it to, you know, look like, I didn't want to mention the products because it's not about that, like I said. But this morning, so in the morning when I wake up, I have coffee and I peruse Facebook because nobody can talk to me. I can't have people talking at me before I've had coffee, and I can't really read anything super important just in case it doesn't stick. So I peruse Facebook for a while, and then once the coffee kicks in, I can move on to like YouTube videos. So this morning I was just listening to videos as I was piddling and pondering. And Linda from Glitter Fallout was the last one I listened to. Now my rule for videos is if I start it, unless it's something that I just cannot tolerate in my soul, I will listen to the whole thing all the way through and then like it, because I know it affects the algorithm, and I want to be supportive, so I will listen to an entire video. But I started listening to Linda's and I was like, wait. That's the video I wanted to do. So I paused it and I got out and figured I would go back and finish it later. So if you want to see somebody else who did this kind of thing, go check out hers. I haven't yet, but I'm assuming it's awesome because it's Linda and she's delightful. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, because there are no original ideas. This is kind of the point, is that latte makeup isn't new, and doing a look based on latte makeup and not mentioning the products, which I thought was a great idea, isn't new either. Somebody else already had that idea. So I guess the point of this is be supportive, girl or boy, regardless, you know, because you don't know everything. And I don't know, it just feels good to do good. So do it. But also, can I complain about something? I'm wearing a dress, obviously. I always wear a dress. And obviously it's black, but it says smooth as Tennessee whiskey and sweet as strawberry wine. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, George is actually getting some, I don't know, attention. And how cool is that? Like, oh my gosh. So I bought the dress and I was so excited about it. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if I'm wrong? What if it isn't George? What if there was somebody else who did it and I'm just confusing the artists? So I looked it up, and apparently there's a guy named Chris Stapleton who just recently did this song. I don't know him. I don't listen to him. I don't listen to anything newer than maybe, I'll listen to some new stuff if my sister insists. But generally speaking, I don't listen to new music. So don't for one second think my dress is about him, because it is not. It's about George Jones, in case you weren't sure. All right, that is the face pretty much done. I might add a bit more of something after I get my eyes done if I need it, but let's move on to lips and then eyes. I'm gonna do my lips off camera. I'm just gonna do a darker kind of nude brown liner and a gloss on the inner. Here we go. Lips are on and we're ready to do the eyes. I, of course, primed my eyes with my Sigma eye base like I usually do, and then a little bit of the Milani on my lid. And we're just gonna take a kind of neutral brown. This one is a bit on the warmer side, but I'm using it super lightly. I think the point of most of these tones is that they are a bit more neutral. So if you're really wanting to kind of mimic the look, that's what you're kind of going for. It looks super simple, but like really effective. So that's pretty darn cool, I think. So I'm going to take this pretty much all over my entire eye, like the whole shebang. It's this nice neutral brown, bronzy. Now I'm gonna dip into the same shade and drag it under my eye. And this is gonna come pretty far down. I mean, it's essentially a brown smoky eye, but let's call it latte makeup because that is fun. And if you are new here, I am a pretty big fan of like nicknaming all the things. It's just something that I do. All right, I'm gonna take my smaller brush and go into a slightly darker combination. I feel like you could probably do this with even like a bronzer if you didn't want to go quite as dark as I'm going, because it is a bit darker than my bronze. I'm just adding a little bit more of a deeper neutral brown just to add some depth. It'll help give my eye a bit more shape. There, and then we can boop into a little bit of a shimmer shade. From what I could tell, this wasn't like super metallic and in your face, just more of a sheen on the eye. There, that's the eye done. I'm gonna go do the other eye, whack on some brown eyeliner, some mascara, maybe a lash, and then I'll come back and show you the finished look and we can wrap this up. Okay, I'm back and that's the look done and dusted. I think it looks really, really pretty. Like, I feel pretty. I love playing with makeup. I like the more complicated it is, the more fun it is for me. This was really simple and really fast, but I really, really do like it. Like, I'm not disappointed that it's done. I just feel nice in it, which is, you know, kind of weird for me. Will I do this on the daily? No. I really like the production of putting on makeup, the time that it takes, the thought that it takes, the fun that I have playing with it. So, you know, this isn't my go-to everyday makeup look, but I do like it. And if I need a look like this, I will 100% duplicate this look again. I think it looks really good. And I think anybody who does this look that I've seen so far looks really good. So yeah, let me know if you saw Linda from Glitter Fallout's video, what you thought of it. I'm gonna go watch it now because I couldn't watch it knowing I was gonna do something similar-ish. So who knows, maybe it ended up being completely different than mine. I don't know, I bailed on it, but I'm gonna go finish it now. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.